Welcome to Behind the Screens, 1 year of YouTube. Hey, I'm Eric, and if you're watching this video on May 17th, 2021, that's the 1 year anniversary of me uploading the first Business Central related video on YouTube. When the pandemic hit, I was thinking, this is weird. Usually I go and meet you guys on conferences and out in the real world. I go and I do my slapstick routine at Directions or at Navok or somewhere else, and you know, the pandemic removed all that, and to be honest, it's really hard for me to get excited about the virtual conferences, because what I enjoyed the most was, you know, meeting you guys. But I thought I needed to do something, and that something turned out to be YouTube. And so I looked at this. Okay, I have an old webcam lying around. I have a decent microphone. I purchased the last ring light Amazon had. They were all out of webcams within a week and stuff like that. So then, okay, let me do some videos on AL. Let me do some videos on perhaps the stuff that Microsoft are not that interested in showing or saying. Let me do some videos on tips and tricks, hacks. Is it possible? Is it not possible? And see if I could find a format that would work for me. See if it had any interest for you guys. And now we're here, and 1 year later, and I'm looking back at this. I started out doing 2 videos a week, not totally at a schedule, but fairly quick I found out that it actually worked well for my mind to have a schedule. So apart from a little break over Christmas, I've done 2 videos every week, one Monday, one Thursday, and this has been, you know, all over the place, from simple tools, tutorials, to work something getting started, or to what I think are pretty cool hacks, the running .NET in the browser, or the work I have been doing with the compiler, the AL script compiler, and more on that is coming, by the way. I've been not avoiding, that's the wrong word, but that has been put on a back burner, but lots of stuff are coming on that one very soon. But I really wanted to say thank you to you. Thank you for supporting the channels. Thank you for, you know, showing me that what I'm doing is valuable to you. Being a subscriber, hitting the like if you like it, hitting the non-like if you don't like it. I'm so grateful that in the middle of all this, that I can share things with you. I can hopefully teach you something once in a while, entertain you once in a while, perhaps even both. And my full intent, even though I'm now partially vaccinated and perhaps I'm allowed to go outside of this room very soon, I will continue doing this because I found a way to do this that works for me. And looking at how you guys are looking at the the raw statistics. I feel that you guys really like it, and actually, what I wanted to and I said to my kids the other day, oh, I want to do like a behind the scenes video, because I kind of enjoy that when YouTubers that I watch show what they do, how to do what they do, perhaps when they're not on screen and all that stuff. And they said, no, call it behind the screens. This is really funny. So I said, okay, we'll call it behind the screens. So all credit to the funny title. The pun in the title goes to my kids, which, by the way, never watches the videos because they think it's very, very boring. But Pastor, what's this one? So let me switch over to a handheld, and I'll take you on a small tour in this. Well, let's face it, this is just my office now, which is a room down in the basement. Well, there are windows, but it's a room down in the basement. It used to be a guest room, but now it's my office, and here. So let me show you my little computer cave here. So let's turn the camera around. And see, here's an empty screen. So this is where I usually do, all my videos. This is where I do all my work. If you've ever been on a Teams call or a Skype call with me, this is from where it is. So I do everything on my Surface laptop. I have, well, it sounds cheesy, because you know that in a minute I'm going to show you a bunch of computers, but I have one computer that I'm working on every day. That's my Surface. This fancy thing, that's my my microphone, a Audio-Technica AT2020 USB, actually. Got a couple of external screens on, and yeah, you can still see the image from the other camera. So my normal camera is just sitting up here. It's a cheap Canon, bought at Costco, Handycam camcorder, whatever it's called. Actually, hot glued together to the stand, so it's always in the same position. It's always ready to go. On my desk also, you might have seen this guy. This is my my desktop synthesizer. It's a Roland thing that I restored. So I play on this when I'm bored. I play this when I need some, some relief, or just need to think about something else. Always a lot of fun with that. But behind me, so if I go up here, you can see that, of course, the illusion is that if I go very, very close to the camera I have here, I get that perfect view of all the goodies on my back shelf. But in reality, there's more than what you see, but there's also less than. So it's very, very cleverly placed. Starting from the lower left, here's my IMSA 8080. I just finished building that actually yesterday. So this is a replica of the computer that was used in war games. It's a very famous pre-PC kind of machine from the late 70s, early 80s. On top of that, we have another replica. This is the Altair 8800. You've seen that in a bunch of videos sitting behind me. So this was the machine that launched Microsoft. On this machine, Microsoft sold the first commercial product, Basic Compiler. Well, not on this machine, because this is a replica. but it will run the original Microsoft code from 1975. On the shelf above, I have my old message pad 130, my Apple Newton, this one still works, a power supply, and my trusty old voltmeter. And this whole shelf is kind of a museum, so it's also have cool things that, let me show this guy, for instance. Here's my HP 15C calculator, reverse Polish notation. That was when calculators were cool. Going up, we have the Yoda keeping watch of the MVP thingy, and a couple of, 2 Windows RT machines, the Nokia 2520, and the original Surface. The original Surface, I think, was just called, and some artwork behind that. And right up here, that's never in the shot when I'm doing videos, some cool books, some software, some manuals, and if we go to the middle section, here is the ill-fated. Well, if you can see, this is glass. This is actually the Google Glass, and a stack of IBM PC manuals. Actually, 2 copies of Basic, a DOS 1.1, and the Guide to Operation of a Personal Computer. Going down a bit. Well, there's a ZX81 Sinclair. There's a ZX Spectrum Plus, so not the original Bathmat Spectrum, but a bit newer with better keys. They're both sitting on top of a Atari ST 140, or 140 ST more precise, which used to be German, actually. You can see that the Z and the Y key look strange because they had received different keycaps, because in Germany the keys are reversed for some reason. Heading down, here is, well, the MVP plaque, and next to that is a dear machine to me. This is a Silicon Graphic O2 workstation. This was like the first time somebody really built a sexy cabinet for a in the time a very powerful Unix workstation, but it looked cool. This one actually is so famous that if we go down here, there were some books next to the Altair. There is and he's not on screen, but a famous web comic called User Friendly, where there's an artificial intelligence called Irvin, and usually he resides in one of those. I think the last shelf is just junk. Moving over here right now, we have the Ninja Cat, the Windows 10 Ninja Cat. I won that at some point in time, looking after the Sinclair QL Quantum Leap, the machine that was supposed to be the next step, the Quantum Leap for Sinclair, but it failed. But it's a pretty cool machine. Has like these little tape cassette things. Moving up, there's a Commodore 64 that I'm currently working on. You can actually see it has a strange cartridge setting in. That's a test cartridge, because I need to replace some of the RAM chips that's gone bad. Next to the field guide. And moving up, there's another Commodore 64, the Commodore 64C, where the one down below is an NTSC model. This one is a PAL. And on top of that, there's a VIC-20 and the Commodore cassette drive. And moving up to the last shelf up here, usually not in view when I'm doing video, there's the HoloLens sitting next to a motherboard of an original IBM PC. And speaking of IBM PCs, let me actually walk over here. So there's my desk. But behind the desk, there's another desk. This is my project workspace. And you can see here that this guy is an original IBM personal computer from the beginning of the 80s. So the machine that has a mainboard like the one I have on the shelf. It has the original clickety-clack. Listen to that. Model F keyboard, not the famous Model M. I have a Model M somewhere, but it's not connected to anything right now. This is the Model F, still a wonderful keyboard. I'm currently working on this machine, so we can try to, let's turn on the monitor. So the monitor is actually a Commodore monitor, but I'm still looking to see if I can find a IBM, either a 5151 monochrome display, or better yet, a 5153 CDA display. That would be wonderful, but they are crazy expensive and really hard to come by. So let me turn this guy on by going back here. And right now I've installed a BIOS that goes through because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with this. You can see a lot of strange characters on the screen. And so I've installed a chip, which is a diagnostic chip that runs through and try to fix a lot of stuff. And right now my graphic card is simply bad. Oh, there it goes. Wow, do you see that? So in a moment it says floppy controller, and you see those are just empty voids right now here because the floppy controller and both the controller card, which is a card, and the floppy drive is sitting somewhere else. So now we get a lot of angry beeps because this thing does not have a floppy. So let's turn that off again. At some point, I hope when this machine is done, I will locate a copy of the original PC Plus, the great grandfather of Business Central, and show it off in its right element, meaning running on this machine. Anyway, that's a little tour of behind the screens here. So let me actually go back to the view and then we can continue talking about other things. So that's my 10 square meters office, and as you can see, I got a lot of stuff in here. One thing I actually would like to share is just because my mind is blown by you guys, and the fact that I was just looking before I started the video, I was looking at the statistics, and no, we can share a screen here. That since I joined YouTube in 2006, but I did not really do anything on YouTube until a year ago, exactly. So we got 116,000 views. We have 12,000 watched hours of content. 2,200 subscribers by now, and I don't have a nice statistics, but almost, I get so many positive comments. I get so many great questions in the comments. It's just really a pleasure for me to do this, guys. It's good to do this for you, and I truly appreciate the support you're giving the channel, and I will continue to do this even after I'm allowed to go outside again, because I think the format that I have developed and the tools that I'm using to do this works for me, and I have so many movie projects in my mind. Maybe I forgot to show you. You see the book here. So I need a new QL. So take a look at this one. Elementary Pascal. Learning to program with your computer and Pascal with Sherlock Holmes. How cool is that? Actually, I purchased this book a while ago, and it's on my videos to-do list. Trying to implement it's from the beginning of the 80s, a book that teaches you Pascal. But how cool would it be to implement some of the code from that one in AL? So lots of crazy ideas. At some point, I'm not able to point here, using either the Altair or the IMSA to talk with Business Central. Lots of crazy project on that, but also I just want to continue doing videos on how to do different things. We got a lot of new things coming that had come in version 18 that we haven't done videos on yet. So lots of interesting things, and you guys keep coming with good suggestions in the comments. Although if you ask me to do your job, Eric, can you show me how to do a report that take that number and show that and do something like that? No, I'm not gonna do your job. I'll gladly teach you some of the techniques you need in order to do your job. I'm not gonna do your job unless you pay me, but then you gotta call eFocus. So anyway, before I end this mad ramble, because that's all there is in this video, I'm sorry. I want to say that in the links below section under the video, right after you have subscribed, because please subscribe, there's a link to a giveaway where you have a chance to win a copy of the Field Guide ebook. Just updated that one from version 18. Not an AL, not a programming book, but a companion guide to somebody working with Business Central. Whenever I find a good tip or trick, I put it down in the book. The ebook is constantly updated, so when you buy it once or when you win it, you can just download it again when new versions of BC comes, and I'll update the book for that. So a great offer in my mind anyway. But to end this mad ramble, we will return the normal programming in the next video. I submitted an app to AppSource, and hopefully you've seen those videos. Stuff has happened, so there's an update video coming on the whole AppSource project. Stay tuned for that, and until next time, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching. I really enjoyed that I can do this for you. Take care.